Small Talk.
Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? We're here with another episode of Small Talk. You already know, two queens. Today, we have the privilege of having three queens, two kings, five perspectives. We're going to go ahead and introduce our guest today. Let's kick it off with Kev. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Listen, my name is Kevin Warren. I am the CEO of the Life Group, Executive Director of We Are All We Need Incorporated. We specialize in social emotional learning and community revitalization projects for the underserved demographics. Black and brown folks, man, minority. We are all we need, you know.
Absolutely. Hey. All right, Gio.
Yes, I'm Gio, host of the podcast Midwest Connection, where we just dive into normal everyday topics, things that such as dating, love, friendships, family, anything you name it, we got it. And I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us, Gio, and the lovely Miss.
Hi, my name is Sabine. I am the designer of Sabine O Collection, creator of the Black Society, and the creator of Black Miami Connected. So thank you for having me.
All right, we have a very, 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 very good show for y'all today. Let's get into it. Asia, what are we kicking it off with today?
So today we are talking all about chivalry. Say that a couple times. It's a hard word. We're going to talk about it. Is it dead? Is it not? Is it a thing? Should it be a thing? I think we're going to figure it out today. So let's get into it.
I'm going to kick it off for the men on the pod today. We gathered a couple of ideas, right, in terms of what people have already identified as chivalry. You know, we know it's been around for a long time. We know it's gender specific. So I'm asking the men first. Sabine, jump in when you feel the need to. We wrote them down. And the first one I had is keeping your text messages and pictures that she shares with you to yourself and not bragging to your homies about it. How y'all feel about it?
No, you never do that anyway. I mean, I may be old school or whatever, but listen, I ain't never had to brag about nothing, right? So I think that's a problem in the beginning. Chivalry, and then you never want your girl out there like that. I hate to have to bend somebody up like a pretzel just because I didn't started something, show somebody something that I got. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, the most you're going to see of my lady is her Instagram when she posts on the internet, and it's going to be a very PG picture. Like, oh yeah, this is what she looks like. You know, you keep what's indoors, so to speak. You know, everybody, your business isn't everybody. So,
but you know what, Gio? Listen, keep it like if I got to be 100% honest, 100%,
okay,
honest, right? You said it right. What's indoors is indoors. You keep it indoors. Like that's like your main lady. You're definitely gonna do that. But like in your younger days, like back in the like you just had something that's like, ooh, yeah, you'd be like, bro, like that's a fact. I mean, I'm not going front, right? So it's
in my younger days.
You look at her as like, what if I, you know, where did I put you at in my life? You know, if
level. So somebody you're dating or somebody you're talking to, like in the beginning, and she, you know, offered some things on the first night and you wasn't going to pursue that, you going back and you showing the homies versus if it's your lady that someone you plan on like wifing up for real.
Me personally, I'm still not going to show the homies. I mean, it's still a respect thing. Like whether you plan on being with that woman or not, you still don't want to be disrespectful. You know, you don't need to show everything. Now you may talk about it, but you still not going to show it because that's a whole nother level. And I feel like, you know, you still got to draw the line somewhere.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because in my mind, I'm like, I know some of my guy friends, they might not show it, but they for sure are talking about it. When it's
you're
like,
going to talk about it.
Yeah,
You're going to talk about it. Yeah, you got to. It's just, it's human nature. You're going to talk about it. You might have to pick my descriptive.
Yeah. In my mind, especially if it's like, depending on, well, before all the world was different, but if a group of homies, right, see a shorty at the club or wherever, and it's like, yeah, I'm about to get that. And it's like, no, you're not. It's like, no, I'm going to get that. You got to give a report, right? You got to give an update.
Yeah.
To let them know. Is that a thing?
Not as I've gotten older. I mean, I feel like, maybe you college, but nah, I'm in my 30s now. It ain't even. You don't even got to know what I'm doing.
Well,
I've been married for a long time. I've been married for a long time, so I don't even count. Like I tap out on that one because like it was in college. Like I was wild. So yeah, I was acting a fool for a minute. You know, I was liable to do anything to people back then. But I've been married for a long time. See,
I'm glad you acknowledged that. Shout out to
I
you.
think when you're young, you know, so you're you're ego driven a lot more. So you know, you want to hype yourself up to your boys, like, yeah, you know, what I mean, and
yeah,
I grew
for
up
sure.
on the movie Bill Bellamy, How to Be a Player. So, you know, that was kind of the blueprint. So, you know what I mean? You had to brag to your boys because, you know, you wanted to be the alpha male and you had to show them.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Okay. Hear that? All right. So the first one I have on my list is holding the door open for folks. Y'all do that? Like for your lady?
That's a must. That's for anybody, I think.
100% of the time for anybody. Yeah, same.
One step further. So not just like a door to get into a building, but like the car door?
Yeah.
I do that.
Same for my wife. 13
not
years
gonna-
old. Still, if we go somewhere together, whether we're going to Ross, Target, Walmart, or out on a date, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna open that door, and especially if my kids is with me.
I'm not 100%, but I try. I do it more times than not. There's times where I drop the ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in my experience, it's, well, let me ask, Sabine, isn't an expectation for you? Because I feel like if they don't do it, do you feel some type of way, or is it a check mark? Like, okay, this is something that he doesn't do, so that's like a strike against him, or is it something that you don't really expect?
When I was younger, it wasn't something that I really expected. But I think as I've gotten older and I hold myself to a higher standard, I also hold the gentleman that I'm, potentially dating to a higher standard. So when he doesn't do it, I'm like, okay. So it's just like, I start to cut people off quickly. So little things like that, I don't have time to groom you. We're too grown. So if you don't do it, I'm out. Like it's very early on, like little things I have very small patience for. So yeah, those are things that I'm like, I would like them to do it. I'm not gonna keep asking for you to do it or like stand there looking crazy, waiting for you to open the door. If you don't do it, you don't do it at this damn age.
So I have a question then. At what point do you consider it grooming versus just letting, us as a man know, like, hey, this is what I like to have happen for me. Like, you may not have done this before, but this is what I like.
I would say I'm working on what the balance is, because I've had men who don't do it. And I can just kind of tell with the rest of their habits and stuff, it's just not something that's instilled in them. And then I have men who just automatically do it. And I'm like, that's nice, because it's one less thing that I have to try to instill in you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once or twice I'll kind of like stand there kind of waiting to give the hint. But if it's something that I feel like I'm forcing, yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
So I have a question. Is it something that you do? Is it something that y'all only expect because of chivalry? Like, I kind of do it because I'm hyper vigilant a little bit, right? Like, shit, anything can happen on the other side of that car. And like, that's really kind of like how I look at it. It's like, like, and it's like, it's not 100% where you must stay in the car until I come open the door, right? It's not like that, right? But it's something, especially at nighttime. I just think like, it's, for me, I'm hyper. If we at a gas station, if we just like, I'm a little hyper vigilant with like, anything can happen on the other side of that car, yo. And I'll be damned if it's gonna happen around. Like, that's just not all of it. Chivalry for me. You know what I'm saying? The world is crazy as hell.
Honestly, I know for me, I'm also very vigilant. I'm prior military, so something like that, those are things that I automatically do. I'm automatically aware of like the things that are going on. It's just always been in me that if somebody is coming up behind me when I'm coming to a door, that I'll hold the door open for them. So I've noticed when there's people who don't do it, and I'm like, damn, rude. You know what I'm saying? So
They don't say
when
thank you.
somebody doesn't have that stuff, say again.
When they don't say thank you, do you like
Oh,
to the door?
I'll pull you back out. You're welcome. You know?
I'm the same way though.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm definitely like, I
Facts.
didn't do it. I'm not the doorman. Like, yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I laugh. That's
So-
all I laugh.
And I think for me, I expect it because that's how I was raised. Not the car door, actually. I think the first time a man opened a car door for me, I was like, this is okay. So it's not just like just the door to get in the building type of thing. But for me growing up, my dad, like, he was like, baby girl, do not touch that door handle. Like, there are two men here that they can do that for you, you know? And if for my dad also, because I had a younger brother, it was his way of showing my younger brother how to treat a woman with respect also, right? So my father was kind of doing it, you know, like a 2-for-1 type of thing. But even now, like, for me, that's something that I now like, right? So, but I'm like a goofball. So I'm the one that I'm standing at the door, Sabine, I will wait. And I say,
Say it louder.
I guess I'm just gonna stay here. Oh, you're not opening doors today? Okay, cool. I can wait. You know, and I say it literally just like that, just because that's how I am, so that they can get the idea of like, oh, okay, that's where she is, right? Like, that's something that she likes. So yeah,
I think
It goes both ways too, because I think for me anyway, for a long time I was very, when a man's around, okay, I don't really expect it, but if he does it, great, you know, and I'm not like, oh dang, he didn't open the door for me. But me being the independent individual that I am, I opened the door for myself so much that when I had a partner that came along and did it for me, it was like, what are you doing, fool? I could open the door by myself. Like, or
Whoa.
Your brakes.
it was
Pump your brakes.
Wait a minute.
different for me, other than my father and my brother, you know, who obviously, like Asia said, they're taught, you see these in men, but if it's something you're not used to, and then you're used to doing things on your own, when a good man comes along and he shows these qualities, like, it got to the point where he was literally closing the door for, like, close it and be like, Brittany, let me open this door for you. Like, what's wrong with you? And it's just that I didn't expect. It wasn't an expectation for me.
I was just about to give you the same experience. I went to a long story, but I went to a mosque once, and the practices there, at least in that one, the women couldn't touch the door. They couldn't open the door or walk themselves to the car. And at the time, I was very like Miss Independent. Like, what do you mean I can't touch the door? And so I got offended. I was like, I can do it. I can walk my damn self to the car. Like, why do you need to walk me to the car? So I understand where you're coming from, Brittany. And then when I started to have men, as I was dating, open doors for me and stuff, I was like, I kind of like this. And so I just kind of left the bar there, because I know that there are men who do it, and then there are men who don't. And I like the men who do it.
You like what you like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, bed and breakfast. What y'all got?
Say what?
Bed and breakfast.
And
Wait,
breakfast.
what? What? Wait, I'm old. Wait, you got to break that down.
Listen, and I don't mean anything sexually related. I mean actual eggs and toast that we can eat.
on a tray.
Is this something that you feel you should do for your woman?
I mean, I like to cook personally, so I don't mind, because I hate doing dishes, so it's like an even trade. Like, hey, I don't mind doing all the cooking. You can eat in bed, but no, once your food digests, that them dishes gonna need to get touched up.
So I'm the same way, right? So I do all of the cooking, just about, you know, I do probably 80% of the cooking in my household. But see, I don't know what rate your show is, and you said we're not talking about certain things, but like that kind of thing, that kind of breakfast thing in bed is kind of to the winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the winner of the night. Or, you know what I mean? Like, the winner of the night gets to stay in the bed. You know what I mean?
Good job, champ.
Boom, that's it. You know what I mean? So hopefully you get up, sometimes you cook, sometimes you don't.
It's a coin toss.
You know what I'm saying? You want it to be 50-50.
That is funny. I don't think I've ever expected that. Yeah, no, I don't. That's not. I've seen stuff like that on like movies and stuff, but nothing that's like, oh my God, if I never get breakfast in bed, like, whoa, that's rude. I never had that.
Yeah, I
You might not get
expected
the whole breakfast tray.
Say again?
You might not get the tray. You're gonna get a plate, but it's gonna be presentable. I mean, we gotta draw. You know, we gotta have a little give and take at some time.
Yeah, it's not expected
Styrofoam.
for me, but I know my ex spoiled me with that. I mean, it's lovely. He just liked to cook. So, you know, I always had breakfast in bed. Always. But whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's you know, give and take. There's some things that weren't nice, but you know, that's
That's true. Okay. I'm gonna just say it, okay? I didn't write these. Sharing your umbrella, even if it means you're getting wet.
I'm not that coordinated, so just walk, bro. I'm not gonna melt.
Yeah.
That umbrella, you can walk. I'm not coordinated enough to walk with you like that. Like, you got it. I'm gonna be all right. That's my thing. You definitely got the umbrella though.
My problem is, besides that, I'm too big. So most of the women that hold their umbrella up next to me, it like hits me in the face. So I just got to move out the way anyway. So, you know, I don't think those things, it's funny because some of these questions you're asking, I'm like, I can see like how different age groups act differently to this. And I know like being in the era that I grew up in, it was like the last of the old school and the start of the new school. So like all these things were like, I just was taught this was what to do because I was just, you do it because that's what I told you to do. I didn't need to know the rhyme or reason until I got older behind things.
That's one reason why I'd get rid of you. Like if I'm getting wet and you're dry, you gotta go. Like wherever we're going, we're not going there anymore. I'm just gonna
dang, Britt.
dry off. I'm done with that's disrespectful. Like how can you walk next to a woman who we gotta keep our hair intact, we gotta keep our makeup intact. We spend hours to look good for you and then we get wet. So like if you're uncoordinated like Kevin and you can't share the umbrella.
Hold on, I'm just saying I can walk this way. Like, hold on, Toe.
That's a flag on the play. Flag on the play.
That's a foul.
No, but seriously, if you can't share an umbrella, I get that because in Geo, you 7 feet tall, you got a 2-foot woman, you can't.
No, I
can't give her the umbrella.
But Britt, you touched on a thing like that. To me, that's just a character thing, right? Like a provision, protection, security type thing. I don't like that's again going to, is it chivalry or is it just
your upbringing?
That too. Like just a part of our role and responsibility as men is to protect, provide, like those things, and that is. So it's not necessarily that I'm being chivalrous, but bro, have you thought about like she's wet, like she could slip, she could fall, You know what I mean? Like anything could happen. Just out of just that part, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I get what you're saying.
I'm thinking like in my mind, right? Because then if we have to go into, let's say, a venue or something like that, I don't want to be standing next to you when you dripping wet. So in my mind, you drop me off at the door, I'll stand there, I'll be dry. You park the car, you take the umbrella, and now we're both dry.
To me, that's chivalry. To me, chivalry is you stand right here. I'm going to run in the rain. We don't have an umbrella. I'm going to run in the rain. I'm going to get the car. Even if I got to illegally park or pay valet, you're not going to get wet.
Right.
It's taking off my suit jacket and landing on the puddle. I won't do that. We're just going to carry you across the puddle. Right? But like
my man, thank you.
But like the old school movies would show that, like the guy putting something over the water for her to walk over. Chivalry. Like common sense is, bro, you're not gonna stand there and be dry when she's wet. That's not chivalry, that's just common.
I also feel like in those examples, like no disrespect to the ladies, but like, how is she gonna walk on water with the jacket? Because ain't she just gonna step and fall into the water anyway? So like, I mean, I paid attention.
They had such bad examples, bro. Like they were such bad examples for us growing up.
Yeah.
So bad.
You know, but I think too, a lot of it, like for me personally, like it was learned behaviors. Like, you know, my dad isn't the most chivalrous person at all. So I learned a lot by watching him make mistakes and be like, you know what? I see how that makes my mom feel. I don't want to make nobody else feel that way. So let me kind of take note of this, that this might be the smart thing to do.
Mhm.
You know, because it's all about, I think the men who, from like all the brothers that I encounter, a lot of us don't come from two family households, or we don't have the right examples to be able to teach us these things. So you don't know what you don't know. So often that's why I asked the question of when does it become grooming versus just, hey, making somebody aware of something they may have never encountered before.
I'm gonna hit one last one for me, and that was this one kind of hit home. It was asking women to dance. I don't believe men ask now, or even not even now. Like in my college days, men never asked, "Hey, can I have this dance with you?"
It's nonverbal communication.
So we stare at each other.
You typically slide in, and they typically give you that, like, okay.
Or they look at their friend.
Then we
Look at
dance.
their friend.
If you don't pass, friend save me, right? And it's kind of like that type of thing. I don't think it was ever like a, hey, can I have
I
this
guess
thing?
it really also depends on the song that's that's being played. I mean, if it's blasting, you know, Uncle Al, how do you like, can I have this dance? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's a slow, like, two-step.
Yeah, but I don't like, listen, ask me, because I don't like dancing with dudes in the club anyway. It's too hot. I'm there.
You wasn't even there like that then. You wasn't even there.
Yeah, wasn't nobody trying to ask her to dance.
Hold on, Britt. Wait a minute. I'm about to come my sister like this.
My back, okay? Because I had them lined up at the door.
Hello? Let them know, sis.
That's because they had to ask. You was like,
Dudes, I don't mean no face-to-face dancer, right? We're not doing ballroom dancing in the club no more. But I just feel like a lot of dudes kind of slide up behind you and they bumping and grinding on you, and it's like, I don't really want your ding-a-ling on my booty. Like, I don't ask if I want to dance first, because it's just a respectful thing. Not, hey, can I have this dance? But more so like, yo, like, you trying to vibe? Like, whatever lingo y'all got to use to get me on the
tell me how that's ever actually worked. Give me like a real thing. Tell me what he said.
A line that he said?
I don't hope
you guys
tell me what he said, because I don't know if I've ever, and this is honest, I don't know if I've ever, like in the club, I don't know if I've ever actually asked. I have asked to dance. I went to a quinceañera one time.
Ballroom dance.
No.
That's what I was saying.
I'm kidding.
Listen, I think I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to that, I honestly think it's an attraction thing. So if the guy who's trying to dance with me is unattractive, you need to leave. Like,
and we know
if the guy is attractive, I might just let it happen because, you know.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, to answer your question, I think it's never a can we go to the dance floor, can I have this dance with you? It's more so like, can I buy you a drink? Or they take you to the bar first. They made whatever, you have your little drink, and then like if you hear no hands playing on, and this your jam, like for some women, that's an automatic movement. That's your opportunity to be like, take your hand and like, let's go. Like,
so I get it. In my mind, I'm thinking you're saying like, can I have like,
like in the movies, yeah, like in the movies, that's not real. Yeah.
That's why I said it depends on the song.
No, I don't know. I feel like, because I'm trying to think too. So I've heard a couple things, right? So like if club setting, right? Dancing, whatever. I've heard dudes say, I got next. I've heard that. And that's the way of asking, right? I've heard.
Oh,
Well, I'm from the north. This is what happens in the north. Okay,
I'm from
too,
the north. All
Me
right.
too. I ain't never heard I got next.
Yes.
I got next.
But to be fair, those are the dudes that is like, sir, you thought you had next, and now my friend is gonna be in a position between us, that buffer, right? But I've also seen like because to Britt's point, right? If your song is on, you're moving your body anyway, whether you're dancing with your girls or you're just kind of like just there, just dancing. So I have seen guys and experienced guys just be like, "Oh, you trying to dance?" Or, "Oh, okay, I see you moving. You trying to dance with me though?" So like but it's never been like a.
May I have your hand?
I think
I never ask. So me, I don't never ask, but it's like, well, not never, but it's more like I'm gonna walk up to you, you look at me, I look at you, I'm gonna stick my hand out like, come, you want to dance, and then that's when y'all look at us, okay, and turn, do whatever y'all want to do from there.
Or look at our friend, and be like, "Girl, no."
I never failed the friend test. Thank God. But that cracks me up. Y'all look so hard at your friend. It's like y'all calling secret plays.
They do.
Yeah.
True.
No, I think I'd actually put out my hand. You know what I mean? Like if you grab, like that's the thing that we would put up. That's the thing.
Because the music's already loud. What I need to shout? Do you want to dance with me? Like like hey,
that's like a definite no.
Yeah.
You're not. You're definitely.
Can I have this dance? Boy, bye. That's what they're gonna hit you with.
Never.
Or they be trying to get all close to your ear. That's how they be trying to whisper. "Sir, your breath is hot. Move."
Hold on. I literally got my wife that way to the whisper song. I swear to God, I will bring her.
Whispers? That's not fair. That's not fair. No, that's not fair. Whispers. It was.
This is maybe not be for this show, but I'll have to tell y'all off. That's a real thing.
Was there alcohol involved?
You're saying
it didn't matter.
You're saying the whispers, like the group.
It was the words of the song. If it was the whisper song, it was the words of the song.
Bad. It was
I'm saying
so
the group, the whispers.
That's
not fair.
No, the song is that. Hey, little mama, how you doing?
Let me whisper in your ear.
Well, that's
no, the yin yang.
I thought you meant old school, like the whispers, like it's a love thing. It's a love.
No, the yin
I wasn't happy.
No, the way you see my.
Listen, let me tell you, we were in it was horrible. It was a little hole in the wall Jamaican club. Oh, it was bad. But that's what happened. So don't say what won't happen when you whisper. Like it might work. It might.
It might work for some. It won't work for me.
Let me tell you. I mean, you're right. Right? I was a kid. It shouldn't have worked at all. I will not recommend it for anybody. I would not. Don't go that route. Right? Like, okay.
Our listeners, don't
say that it happened.
But hey, okay, I'm not mad at it. I can't hate on it, Okay, here we go.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, I like this one. This is the last one I'll say. All right, so sending a message if y'all didn't ride together to make sure she gets home safely.
A must.
That's a must. Sure. Even if I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you to make sure you got home safe.
Yeah. Okay.
A must. All right.
I think that was an easy one because.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Mm-hmm. So Chivalry is not dead. It's 2021. It's not dead. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking from Brittany's opinion because I see some of y'all like, wait a minute, hold on. It's, in my opinion, it's not dead. I feel like dudes should have some sort of level. A lot of stuff is super old school, right? We're not out here doing half of the stuff that they used to do back in the day. But I do believe in courtship. I do believe in trying to earn trust in a relationship with your parent, with the female's parents, opening the door, paying. We're going to talk about that. We're not going to get into the paying part of it. But I do believe there are a lot of things that men should do because it ties into their who they are, like that gender specific role. I mean, society has kind of sculpted it out for us. Go ahead, Kevin. I see you. It's on the tip of your tongue.
It's 2021. I thought I was getting rid of gender specific roles. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that there.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to leave it there.
So you don't believe it's a gender specific role. You feel like it should be retaliated from a female.
No. It was a joke of it's 2021. They're like those things are supposed to be out of the window, gender specific roles, right?
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Uh-huh.
I think that chivalry the bar is dropped so low that it's just regular being just a man is called being chivalrous now.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. So I think this. I just thought about this. I used to have one rule for the women. You know how women, we got all the, men got to do this, do that. I saw this in the movie. I'm gonna ask the ladies this. When the man lets you in the car door, this probably isn't relevant now. Did y'all used to reach over? Yeah, did you used to? Because I definitely kicked a few to the curb for not reaching over to let me in.
I personally did not, but I'm gonna tell you why. I did it one time. I'm 5 feet tall. My reach is not that. My reach, I didn't get that blessing. Okay, so I'm not about to have my face in your seat. It's just no.
You could have propped yourself up.
No, I'll see, but here's the thing. But I will hold the door for like a dude, right? Because once again, for me, it's like right after you, sir. Go ahead with your fine self. But that's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So no, but I never reached over. I'm not. That's too much. You got the key. Unlock the key.
He opens the next door for you when you say that, don't he? He makes sure to open it with your fine. So he'll make sure to open the door. Oh yeah, go ahead. I got you.
Yeah, I'm not reaching over to open nobody's door.
I don't know if I've ever experienced that. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever experienced a woman like reach over and open the door for me from the inside.
In fairness, I only had a car that old for 2 years of my life. Now you don't even got to worry about it.
Wait a minute. Wait. If your driver's side door wasn't working, just say that.
Right.
Don't play me like that. Hold on. Wait a minute. I've had a door jam once in my life, and I sold the car 2 days after I got it. I ain't got time to play.
Yeah,
I can't look like no bum.
Why are you opening the door unless the door is jammed? I didn't understand. I've done it before, but like if your door opens just
if it's raining, please do that. If it's raining, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like I open the door for you, it's raining, you want to quickly like, hey, I wanted to help you out too. I don't know if I've ever, but that's good though. That may bring up a whole nother perspective of just kind of like, I've never thought about that of chivalry being reciprocated. I don't really know what that looks like.
And the only reason I say is because not all cars used to have remotes, so you had to lock all the doors manually. So if I come unlock your door, open it first, it don't hurt you to come pop that thing up for me so I can just open it and get right in.
That's true. My first car was like that. Okay.
Yeah, see, yeah, look at you. Now you take your joke back.
That was a high school thing. So that was high school. Now it has to happen.
I was a whole grown person, but hey.
So I feel like that never crosses that doesn't cross my mind. Like, I mean, it's bad. It's not because I don't want to do it. If I'm in the car, like it takes you 2.5 seconds to get to the other side. So for me to stretch and reach to open the door for you, you should already have it open. In my mind, I'm not thinking like, oh, let me open the door for him. I'm wiping off my phone, fixing my dress.
Look at you. What's so important about that phone? What you need to wipe the phone off for?
And it got wet, like I'm wiping it off, or I'm pulling my dress down, or I don't know, wiping my forehead. Like that's how long it should take you to get to the other side of the car to open it to get in. Oh, that's it. Whatever.
I'm done with you.
Be straight. You good.
Okay.
Well, this has been another episode of Small Talk. You already know 2 queens, but today we have 3 queens, 2 kings, 5 perspectives. We will see you on part 2 later. Bye.